And this weekend, demonstrators have taken to the streets following the U.S. Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, ending the constitutional right to abortion. It's a moment that anti-abortion activists have described as a victory decades in the making.
Yeah, abortion rights groups are planning more demonstrations today and throughout the weekend after the major protests that we saw in cities around the country yesterday. That's just a view of some of them. In fact, I want to tell you what happened in Phoenix, Arizona yesterday, what you're looking at there. Demonstrations got rowdy, people there banging on the glass doors of the state Senate building. Now, troopers used tear gas to disperse those crowds, and authorities say a monument was also vandalized during that protest.
Americans across the country are taking to the streets as the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade leaves states free to ban abortions. Emotions are running very high in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Video shows a truck appearing to push through a group of protesters, injuring one person. It's lucky it didn't get worse than that. Police say this followed verbal confrontations between the protesters and a driver in Phoenix. A crowd of abortion rights protesters surrounded the state Senate building, banging on the glass. An official tells CNN law enforcement there used tear gas to disperse the crowd. The court's decision to overturn a nearly 50-year-old ruling is producing a wild range of emotions. Obviously, Democrats are showing plenty of outrage.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Women are going to control their bodies no matter how they try and stop us. The hell with the Supreme Court. We will defy them.
And now we're seeing this video of a truck that drove through a protest, injuring one person in Cedar Rapids, Arizona. Last night, we saw protesters being tear gassed. Joining me now is someone who represents a segment of the Democratic Party you don't always hear about. Those that are anti-abortion and wanted to see Roe versus Wade overturned. Kristen Day is the executive director of Democrats for Life. And Kristen, I know you're very happy today with this decision.
We would like to see a world where no woman thinks abortion is the best and only option for her. And that's what we're working for within our party, and also reaching across the aisle and trying to get people to work with us. But again, most women who seek abortion do so because of pressure or income. And our position is just because you're poor doesn't mean that you shouldn't be allowed to be a parent. There has to be some equity for poor women. And, we talk about the income inequality, and most of the women who seek abortion are poor. So how can we support them and allow them to have the same opportunities as their wealthy counterparts to become parents? And I think that's where we're focusing on, and that's the majority of cases. I think the Democrats have to be very careful, and I'll put my Democratic strategist hat on. Yeah. They have to be very careful about this issue, because with the push in New York and New Jersey and in Colorado, and really pushing the abortion extremism, as the abortion up to 9 months, eliminating regulations, that is pushing people out of the party. And there's been a real inhospital for
I'm going to get in trouble if I don't jump in.
Yeah, for pro-life Democrats to be in the party.
But isn't that a bit of a straw horse argument, saying that there are all these people out there who want abortion available up until 9 months? No,
I'm not saying that people do. I'm just saying that's what the laws are in some of these states now, that you can get an abortion up to the 9 months. Not that women are knocking out the door to do that.
I can't imagine what your conversations are like with your fellow Democrats at dinner parties and so on. But Kristen, we'll have to leave it there.
I was 18 when Roe versus Wade went into effect, and it was a gift. I felt like my government understood that I was a human being that could make up my own mind. How did they have the right to tell me or any woman what she can do with her body?